Welcome to DK Boljad. I'm glad you're here. I'm painting on a deer in spring, and this one's been going on for a little while. I actually did a bunch of them on the short videos because I felt like these were dragging out a bit. So now, today, I'm gonna work on the deer. I'm gonna fine tune the deer because she's kind of rough still. So I've got a little bit of chromatic black and I'm mixing it with a little bit of medium, and this is fat medium. I already used thin medium. And I have it on a round brush. This is just number 2 round. And I'm gonna go where the shadow, where I see the shadow on the deer, which is underneath and where the light's not coming from. This is just a little chromatic black and medium. Go on her leg here. Put that shadow in. Now I could use burnt umber and ultramarine, and I could, there's a lot of colors you could use for shadow. This is just chromatic black. And I buy it that way, it's Gamblin. They make their own chromatic black. Yeah, I'll blend this line between the part that's not shadowed and the other part of this leg in just a little bit here. Right now I'm just putting in the shadow. And where else is there shadow? There's shadow on the inside of this leg. So if I come here, put it coming down, that should work. And do I see it all the way down? I don't, but I do see a knobby knee, so I'm gonna need to take it off right there. Grab my handy dandy eraser here. There we go. And keep going. Where else do I see shadow? There's shadow on this side of her head. So there wouldn't be this bright spot right here by her eye. There would be no light there. And I think for the white of her eye, I think I mix a little white and black together because it's in the shadow. And again, you can use burnt umber and ultramarine, which makes a perfect shadow. Today I chose chromatic black. And I'm just following the shadow line all the way down her body. The light's coming from behind her. There's a bit of shadow on her ears. I'll go ahead and put that in. And I want to make sure the background's already dry before I do this. So you have to let it sit till it doesn't mix with the oil paint anymore when you go to paint it. A little bit on this ear as well. And on the side of her muzzle, let's go there and do that. It's gonna just be a line. The other side's lighter. And it kind of stops at her eyeball. There we go. And anywhere that I feel like it's too thick, I will just wipe it off later. Which I'm gonna hopefully do before this video is over. Kind of blend it into what's there. And then she's got a little bit of a dark shadowed area right here where the light's not getting to. And up underneath her front leg where it attaches. There we go. A little bit on the outside of this leg. I don't know why. In the picture, maybe it's been manipulated. I don't know, but she's got a little bit of dark right here on the outside. It could be plants shading her too. Okay, now I'm going into burnt umber, and I'm gonna mix a little Venetian red and also transparent earth red with that burnt umber. And that's for her body. which I've already pretty much done a pretty good job, I think, of putting in her body. But I'm going to put that in, and it will be hopefully the final coat. What do you do? Do you paint? Are you, if you haven't already responded, let me know. What do you do? Hopefully it's family friendly. I am a family friendly artist. I have painting classes here at my home studio in Sherwood, Oregon, and those will be starting in September, so I'm going to have to get on the computer and make an invite and let people know. And during that class, we basically paint acrylic. I was thinking of opening it up to acrylic and oil because that's what I do. But for my faithful students that have come every class, and you know, I don't want to change it up to oil for them, so I might do a separate class of acrylic and oil. I really enjoy it. Okay, so she's got a little bit, I'm going to put a little bit of the reddish brown, which I'm going to go back into the burnt umber, and a little bit of the transparent earth red, and put that right here in her stomach. And I will thin this out a bit. It doesn't have to be that dark, thick line. Yeah, let me know what you do. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here with me today. And if you listen to this while you're creating, that's even better. Why not? If I was not doing a video, I would be listening to music, probably music without words, but sometimes praise worship, and music that I don't really sing along to. Well, I do sing along to praise worship, but you know, music that just, I can listen to it and I don't feel like it's distracting me. Yes, I have attention deficit. I have figured out how to maintain it and do well. And yeah, I don't lean on that. I don't tell people I have that. Well, I told you today, but that's the exception. It's going no further. Because yeah, I do well, and I think because of that, I can hyper focus on what I'm painting. It's like my hidden superpower, right? Is that I can hyper focus on things, and they don't get tiring, they don't get boring, which is good. I've had plenty of people say, how can you sit and paint for hours? And I think to myself, you sit and do things for hours, but you don't get why I could do this. It was kind of funny, but I thoroughly enjoy this. I could do this the whole day. I have to make myself stop and go grocery shopping occasionally, and do the daily necessities or what I gotta get done. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you do, and I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you watched this video with me. Now I'm gonna blend this, and then I'm gonna probably call it done for today. See if I can get that on there. So that was a little bit of burnt umber. I don't know if I want the burnt umber there. I might take it off. So I have my Q-tip to pick up the paint of where I want to take it off. And we'll just pick it up. And as I'm picking it up, I'm turning it because I want it not to rub the dirt into there, or rub the dirty part into there. I want it to just pick up the paint where I want it to pick up the paint. Okay. And then we're gonna go further on this little guy here. There we go, on the ear. And then also on the side of the face. We'll just blend it out. I'll grab another one. And I could use a brush, but I'm actually picking up paint as I'm doing this. And for me, the Q-tip works great. You can get Q-tips at Dollar Tree. You can get them, I like the brand name, but it's okay. I bought them at Dollar Tree as well. They have different styles. Choose the one that works best for you. Okay, I'm gonna blend this out. And each time when I'm using the Q-tip, I'm pulling up as if it's the shape of her stomach, so I'm showing that with the Q-tip by pulling the paint off there. The highlight is showing the curve of her stomach, her torso, her stomach, whatever. I'll blend this edge. And what would work even better, in the next video I'll probably put some of the color on the other side and that'll blend even better. But for now I'm removing any excess paint that I have on here. That's not necessary. I don't need a thick line on there. We're not looking for texture. Although she is the focal point, I'm not looking for texture. I've said before in videos, Q-tips make excellent erasers, whether you're oil painting or acrylic painting, doesn't matter. They work well as tools to pick up paint, move it around, erase it, and yeah, I have plenty of them. Okay. Needs a little bit of the chromatic black right there, and I'm gonna see if I can take some of the paint off of this brush and go into the chromatic black. And get some of that for the shadow. And it is right here where it's hitting underneath her front part there. There we go. I'll take off the excess with a Q-tip. There we go. And yeah, on the next video, I'll blend in the color that's below this, which is sort of a tan brown. Thank you for joining me in this video. As I've said before, please subscribe to DK Boljack and share with friends and family, people that like deer, people that like to paint, people that want to be encouraged. That's what I do. Okay, so I'm gonna see you in the next video. God bless you, my friend.